Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to Walker High School for tonight's matchup between your St. Michael Warriors and the homestanding Walker Wildcats. We'll be getting the action brought to you here in just a few minutes. I am Coach Craig Saylor, voice of Warrior Athletics, here on the Warrior Broadcast Network. So stay tuned. Varsity action coming up in about 10 minutes. We'll be back. right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Getting ready for the announcement of starting lineups. First for your St. Michael Warriors. Number 5, Sean Brown. Number 20, Cannon Edgecombe. Number 11, Josh Miller. Number 10, Hayden Bessonette. And number 3, Derek Morris. And starting for the homestanding Wildcats, number 1, Ja'Cory Thomas. Number 2, Walter Young Jr. Number 3, Brandon Bordales. Number 5, Kedrick Brown. And number 13, Makai Varnado. There's your starters for the Wildcats. Now I'll let the production begin here as the Walker starters are going to be announced. And we got things ready to roll here from Walker High School. Again, this is Coach Craig Saylor, voice of Warrior Athletics, bringing you the action tonight between your St. Michael Warriors and the Walker Wildcats. A lot of familiar faces over here at Walker High School. Walking in the gym, saw our old head football coach, Mr. Joey Sanchez, and also longtime athletic trainer, Coach Ryan Holmes. Great to see those guys again and catch up with two guys that were over at St. Michael for a good while. Coach Holmes there for about 10 years, and Coach Sanchez was there for about 5 years. But they are on the other side tonight, and we are getting ready to go here, as it will be Josh Miller tipping it up against number 1, Ja'Cory Thomas. And Wildcats will have it. That's Kedrick Brown giving it up to Walter Young, or rather Bordales. That's Young now controlling things. This is a very, very talented Walker Wildcat squad, 17-4 on the year. Bordales fouled by Derek Morris. That is not a great thing to happen here. A whole 20 seconds into the game. That is Morris's first team foul. Bordales knocks down the first of a trio of free throws. He hits the second. Misses the third free throw. Walker going to come out in their pressure. Edgecombe, pull up, short, rebounded by Thomas. Young, dump inside. Ja'Cory Thomas, working, scoring. And again, Warriors are working at the height disadvantage as Walker sporting several players over 6 feet tall. Warriors have maybe one. Bessonette got down inside close to the basket. Tried to throw it to the corner to Miller. Threw it away. That's the first turnover of the ball game. 4-0 here with 5:51 left to go. Varnado out top. Over to Young. Warriors in their man-to-man. Young trying to work on Bessenet and score it. Young Jr. made the move. Bessenet, his first, team second. Again, the Warriors cannot afford to get in foul trouble, especially with their top starters. Young knocks down the and one. 7-0 now. Coming out in that pressure, Morris guarded by Bordalis. Foul going to be on the floor. That's on Young. Bessenet had a pretty good little path to the basket there. He might have gotten contested at the rim, but he had a look. We got the hand check from Young. Sean Brown up top trying to go left. Warriors trying to look for something. Bessenet had the shot, decided not to take it, but Brown will knock it down. Sean Brown for three. First bucket for the Warriors. Ball fake. Young, short. Warriors were very close to getting the 10-second call right there. Bessenet had it, decides not to shoot. Had it out there on the right wing. Passed it up. Warriors running their motion. Gets it out to Derek Morris. Stolen away. Thomas. And the foul is going to be called on Cannon Edgecombe. What an absolute, just unnecessary foul right there. Hope the Warriors are going to get that call all day. That was pretty cheap. Thomas finishes the and one. 3-point play. 10-3 now. 7-point deficit for the Warriors. Morris doesn't have a whole lot of room to operate. Brown going to try to go baseline and gets fouled. Going to head to the line to shoot. Brown knocks down the first. I'm talking to Coach Hart. Sean Brown been going through a little bit of a funk at the free throw line. And as I say that, I just put the bad mojo on him and knocked out of bounds by Ja'Cory Thomas. It will be Warrior basketball. Wildcats picking up in that pressure. It's just a full court man-to-man. They're not really trying to force much. They're just trying to make the Warriors work to get it up the floor a little bit. Morris still yet to put up a shot. There's Bessenet. Too strong. Misses it. Blocked inside. Miller got the shot. He altered Brown's shot right there. Sean Brown, short on the layup attempt, gets his own rebound and puts it back. Sean Brown doing all of the work tonight for the Warriors. Charge called. Ja'Cory Thomas right into the chest of Josh Miller. They're going to get him on the push-off right there. Jude Hardy coming into the game for the Warriors. Hardy checking in for Bessanet. Brown kicks it. Edgecombe for three. Cannon Edgecombe makes it a 10-9 game. Warriors settle into a 2-3 zone here on this possession. Three-pointer from Bordalis. Tickles the twine. Morris down on the baseline to Hardy. Couldn't get it to go. Ball volleyed around down low. Warren Young comes out with it. Up ahead, stripped away. Varnado. And Young is going to get called with that foul. That is Young's second foul. It's going to bring in number 4, KJ Smith-Johnson. That's the fourth team foul on the Wildcats. Edgecombe short. Miller could not control the rebound. Inside, and it's foul by on Sean Brown. That is the 4th-team foul for the Warriors. Corner, Varnado passed it up, kicks it across. Brown short. Edgecombe fires it, knocks it down. Cannon Edgecombe for 3. Another foul. That's going to go on Miller. That's the 5th foul on the Warriors. Every Warrior starter now credited with a foul. Inside, Varnado dishes to Thomas, who can't convert. Gets his own rebound and puts it back. Ja'Cory Thomas with 7 to lead the Wildcats. Kind of as usual, Ja'Cory Thomas, one of the best athletes in the Baton Rouge area. Stand out on the basketball court as well. That foul is on Bordalis. That's his correction. That foul is on number 4, Smith-Johnson. Brown looking for some room, nothing there. Morris decides to pull up. Stolen. Hardy gets it. Jude Hardy. Off the turnover. Knocked away by Miller, and that will do it for the first half. Warriors trailing just by 1 point. Wildcats 15, Warriors 14. We'll be back at the end of the break. On the other side is the Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back, getting ready to start the second here. Leading scorers from the first half for your Warriors, paced by both Sean Brown and Cannon Edgecombe with 6. On the other side, Ja'Cory Thomas with 7. Warrior fans, join us tomorrow night as we have the boys basketball team back in action, but this time from the home ground, the battleground over at St. Michael High School as they take on another Livingston Parish team in Live Oak Eagles. A little Livingston Parish double dip this week as Sean Brown takes it, knocks it down, gives the Warriors their first lead of the game. Opposite pass swung over. Varnado cut off and then turned over. That is a major story going on right here as the Wildcats have turned the ball over more than the Warriors have. The Warriors have been able to keep away those turnovers. They had one not very good turnover early on in the first, but they have not turned it over again since then. Hardy fires way too strong, but Morris is going to get fouled by Smith Johnson. That's his second. So now they have 2 players in foul trouble with 2, as Young, who had to take a seat on the bench in the first quarter, has 2. And now Smith Johnson with a pair of fouls. Edgecombe, nothing there. Cut off. He's stuck. Nice job by Miller to get free and scores. Josh Miller. Miller time in the house tonight. Corner. Smith Johnson, too strong. Batted around. And that is Brown. Comes up with the loose ball to score his first bucket of the night. Morris going to kind of walk it up as the Wildcats have kind of backed off a little bit of that pressure they had early on. Miller almost does turn it over. Now turns it right back to the Warriors. Miller got his pocket picked, and then the Wildcats do it right back. Hardy with a kind of got caught up in the air. Didn't know what to do and decided to shoot it when that probably wasn't the best course of action. There's going to be a foul. There's going to be Thomas going to the line. See who they get it on. They got that on Josh Miller. His second foul coming into the game now for the Warriors here after this first shot from Thomas is going to be Rossi Harrison. First time I've seen Rossi Harrison come out in a varsity game yet this year. Good to see number 33, Rossi Harrison, coming in for Miller. Harrison going to give the Warriors some much needed, something that you absolutely can't teach, and that is a little bit of size coming in there for the Warriors. Miller, who's about 6'2", Harrison, who's about 6'3", about the extent of the true size for the Warriors. Sean Brown playing out there at about 6 foot, 6'1", more of a kind of a point forward than he is really a post. Warriors turn it over. Morris stepped out of bounds. Was blocked off by the scorers table from the vantage point we have right here. And what is a very nice facility here at Walker High School. Thomas, strong. Count it. So 21-18 now. Thomas gets the three-point play. Josh Bertrand in the game for the Warriors along with Bessonette. Harrison had a wide-open Edgecombe cutting. Edgecombe is wide open in the corner. Bessonette decides to take the pull-up. Edgecombe was screaming for the ball, and the Warriors did not get it to him. Morris fires and misses. Warriors missed a perfect opportunity right there to get Ken Edgecombe, who has kind of come out a little bit on fire, a three. Walter Young back in the game for the Wildcats along with Troy Sylvie Jr., number 22. Thomas working, that's just too easy. Corey Thomas now with 14 points in the game. Timeout, Warriors. We'll take a break with them. See you on the other side of the Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back as the Warriors down 24-18. Edgecombe pulls up mid-range, knocks it down. For those of you who are more of the analytics type, you might have rather him just shoot the three right there instead of hitting that mid-range. Young, Thomas. Ja'Cory Thomas is just tearing it up down low. The Warriors have no answer for the 6'4" Ja'Cory Thomas. Batted around, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Warriors. Bessonette back outside. Morris going to set things up. Wildcats in a zone. First time they've come out in a zone. Warriors are trying to figure out what they want to run. Foul called on Josh Bertrand. Young pull up, knocks it down. Warriors have kind of started turning the ball over a little bit more here. That's what's gotten them down by 8. Edgecombe short. Nice contest by Bordalis. Still in that zone. Warriors are a little confused, trying to figure out exactly what they want to do. Trying to get some movement out of their offense. Bessanet kicks out. There's Edgecombe. Hits the 3. Cannon Edgecombe knocks it down. 28-23, 2:10 left in the half. Edgecombe, that is his 3rd three-pointer. Wildcats working against the Warrior man-to-man now. Thomas lost it for just a second. Kick out. Young thought about the 3. Young, nice ball fake. Got the defender up off the floor and scores it. 30-23 now. Knocked away. Turnover from the Warriors. And turnover from the Wildcats. Jude Hardy coming back in. Varnado back in for Walker. Kick out. Bessanet knocks it down. Hayden Bessanet connects on the 3 from the corner. 30 seconds left to go here in the first. Warriors down by 4 now. Thomas kicks it out. Varnado. That is a double dribble that didn't get called. Varnado scores. Underneath. Kick out. Bertrand for 3. Well short. Rebounded by Thomas. And that will do it for the first half. Warriors trail 32-26. We'll be back after halftime. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. See you on the other side. And we are back. Getting things going here in the second half. Warriors down by 6, 32-26. Starters out there for the Warriors are your starters. Morris, Miller, Edgecombe, Brown, and Bessonette. Out there for the Wildcats are their starters. Young, Brown, Varnado, Thomas, and Bordalis. Warriors are somehow going to have to figure out a way to contain Ja'Cory Thomas, who has 16 points already. Varnado fires a three and misses it. Edgecombe with 11. He's hit 3 threes, and Derek Morris cutting through for his first bucket. Derek Morris is going to have to become a focal point here of the offense. He's going to have to get some of those buckets here in the second half if the Warriors want to take the victory. This is the second time these two teams have met. They played earlier in a tournament, and the Warriors lost by 12. Bordalis just steps into one. Now with 8. (35-28). Warriors down by 7. Miller kicks it out to Morris. Morris has had a very difficult time finding his shot, especially trying to get it to the basket. Morris puts up the three, knocks it down. If he can't get to the basket, he can take it outside and knock down the three. Down by 4 now. The Warriors 35-31. Bordalis steps into another one, misses it. Edgecombe knocks it off of Brown. It will be Warrior basketball. Good quick thinking right there from Cannon Edgecombe to knock that ball off of Brown. The handoff was knocked away by Varnado. Edgecombe steps into 3, knocks it down. Cannon Edgecombe hits his 4th 3 of the evening. 14 points now for Cannon Edgecombe, who has come alive offensively. And Miller is going to commit his 3rd foul. That is going to be Varnado, who's going to go to the line to shoot. Warriors coming out in that zone. Varnado knocks down the first. Whistle blown by the referee, kind of reset things here. Varnado short on that one. Edgecombe down in the corner, puts it on the deck, fires short. Varnado with the rebound, but Edgecombe is there to steal it. And then Varnado swats it out of bounds. If Edgecombe could have hung just for another split second, he might have been able to draw the foul. But it will stay with the Warriors, who are now just down by 2, 36-34. It hadn't been easy for the Warriors up to this point to get it to a 2-point game. They're getting a great contribution from Cannon Edgecombe. Sean Brown has 8. He hadn't scored in a while. Morris for 3, short. Tipped away. Nice job by Josh Miller there to get the tip. Bessonette knocked it out of the Wildcat hand. Miller picks it off. Morris to the rim. Scores it. Derek Morris now has all 7 of his points in this half to take the lead, 38-36. Young stepping through, misses it short. Knocked away. Ja'Cory Thomas came up with that loose ball. Walter Young down the baseline. They're going to get the foul called on Sean Brown. Had his hands all over. Young, as he was taking it down the baseline. Foul is on the floor. That is the second foul for the Warriors in this half. Warriors zone is, never mind, Warriors have gone back to a man-to-man, trying to switch up their defenses here. That zone was pretty effective. Now kind of going back to the man-to-man. It's kind of slowed up the Wildcat attack. And when Brown misses the layup, knocked out of bounds off the Warriors. Varnado just skying up to get that. Then he gets his own rebound. Misses. Morris. A lot of contact. No call. Miller tried to go reverse with it. Sean Brown going to get fouled. Varnado going to get hit with that one. Brown going to go to the line to shoot a pair. Good job of hustling down by the Warriors. Pick up that loose ball and get this opportunity to go to the line. Brown hits the first. Coach Hart's going to get his guys to get out of there. Don't want to pick up a cheap foul underneath. Brown in and out. He's now 2 of 4. At the line today. Brown working on Morris. Warriors going back to that zone. Too strong. Foul's going to be called down low on the Wildcats. Brown gets hit with that one. That's his first. Second team foul for the Wildcats here. Wildcats going to come out in that 2-2-1 press. The Warriors have done a pretty good job of getting the ball down. Edgecombe from way outside comes up well short. Never got his shoulders truly squared back to the basket. Varnado down low. Thomas. Foul call. That's going to be on Derek Morris. That's his second. Thomas misses the first. Misses both. The lefty can't knock down either free throw there. Back in the pressure are the Wildcats. Wildcats back into the man-to-man. Morris down low to Miller. Nice, tough shot by Josh Miller. Varnado cut him off, but Miller goes up over his right shoulder, or up over his left shoulder to get that to go. Morris draws the contact from Varnado. That is his third. This is the kind of game where you cannot be afraid to take that contact and go to the floor, and Derek Morris was not afraid. He's going to go to the line to shoot a pair here to add to his 7 points here in the second half so far. Hits the first. Morris's first trip to the free throw line makes it 42-36. Warriors extend their lead by 6. And short on the second, Warriors have got to start coming through with some more free throws right there, taking advantage of every free point they get against an outstanding team like the Walker Wildcats. You're going to have to do a little bit better than 50% from the line. The Warriors are more than capable of doing that. Nice defense right there by the Warriors. Had just kind of confused the Wildcats a lot so far here in the second half. Down to 20 seconds left in the third period that has gone by very quickly. See, the Warriors can try to draw something up to get Edgecombe a free look here with the clock ticking down. And they might get it. Brown decides to pull the trigger and missed it. So Warriors up 42-36 heading into the final 8. We'll be back on the other side. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. Again, Warrior fans, join us tomorrow night as the Warriors head back home to take on the Live Oak Eagles from the Battleground. And then on Friday, we got a doubleheader for you. Lady Warriors and the boys team will both take on a very good Bruley Panther team on Friday. Lady Warriors getting things rolling at 6 o'clock. And the boys will be playing right after that, so sometime around about 7:15, 7:30. So tune in. We'll be right here with you with the Warrior Broadcast Network, bringing you all that action over there from the Battleground. Miller, the cut, missed it. Thought he got contacted, no call. He's running back down the floor looking for a call. Warriors back in that zone that has absolutely kind of befuddled, dumbfounded the Wildcats. A lot of times teams like this, if you zone them up, they don't know anything to do other than maybe jack up a three, which is what's going to happen from Young, and he's going to miss it. A lot of contact right there and no call. All of a sudden, this game has become and then you get the cheap foul right there up top. That's how this one goes. You have some major contact right there underneath the basket. No calls made, but you have sort of a Very light body bump over here at about half court, and the call gets made. Players just don't know kind of how to play it sometimes. Inside, knocked away by Young. Miller tried to dump it down to Bessonette. Morris had Edgecombe, decided to pass it up. Bessonette inside, altered shot by Thomas. Bessonette kind of tried to go around the world with that shot right there, where if he just probably goes straight at it, he might get the foul called. Varnado almost traveled. Young posting up, a lot of contact, but Thomas picks it up, scores it, his first bucket of the second half. He now has 18 after scoring 16 points in the first half. Warriors have done a great job of limiting him, and that zone has been a big part of that. Edgecombe with a much larger Varnado on him. Wildcats said, we're going to put a lot of length on you, make you shoot over that length. And Varnado just picked up a foul. That is his fourth. Jude Hardy coming in for the Warriors. Hayden Bessonette out for the Warriors, and KJ Smith-Johnson in for Varnado. So that might change up a little bit here for the Wildcats. We'll see. Timeout, Warriors. We'll be back on the other side. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. 5:54 left to go in the ball game. Warriors are up by 4, 42-38. Hardy picks his dribble up. Almost a dangerous move right there for Hardy. Try to get it inside to Brown. Morris steps on the baseline, out of bounds, turnover by the Warriors. Young knocks it down. Little jump shot from right in the middle of the lane. Cuts it to 4. Miller gets the layup. It's Miller time. Miller now with 8. Great complimentary piece tonight for the Warriors. As it's been Miller and Derek Morris in the second half here that have really paced the Warriors to this lead scoring-wise. Edgecombe has been limited just to 1 3-pointer. Smith-Johnson hits the 3. Timeout, Wildcats. That 3 cuts it to 1, 44-43. Warriors up. We'll be back on the other side of this timeout. And we are back. Warriors now with only a 1-point lead after that three-pointer. Foul. Brown gets all of Brown. That's Kedrick Brown fouling Sean Brown. Sean Brown going to go to the line to shoot a pair right here. Hits the first. These are absolutely huge moments right here for the Warriors. These free throws. There's 4:20 left to go. Sean Brown hits the first of two, misses the second. That's been the MO so far. Hit one, hit the first, missed the second. Warriors got to do a little bit better than that. They're now up 2, 42-43. Inside, Young on Morris. Young just lost the ball, and Morris gets called for a foul. Just unbelievable. Ja'Cory Thomas off the curl. His second basket of the second half ties things up with 3:50 left to go. Warriors got to keep their composure right here. Look to get something going to the basket. Inside, Miller scores it. Miller time again. Josh Miller with 10. Great pass by Derek Morris. Whistle blown. They're separating the teams here. I'm not sure what happened. Thomas gets called for the foul. It's going to be Warrior ball. Not quite sure. There's a double technical foul called. On Sean Brown, got hit with a technical foul. And I'm not sure who the other T was on. Derek Morris, though, takes it to the bucket. Knocks it down. Wayne Young Jr. hits the three to cut it to 1 point again. We'll try to sort some things out here and be back on the other side of the Warrior Broadcast Network. So on that last possession previously, there was a double technical foul called after a foul call. The foul was called on Thomas, and then technicals were called on Sean Brown of the Warriors, and then Ja'Cory Thomas of the Wildcats. So Thomas and Brown now both with 4 fouls. Varnado also with 4 fouls for the Wildcats. Morris had it to the basket. Brown did come down with the rebound. Jump ball called. First tie ball called up here in this ball game. So to kind of reset some things for you, 18 fouls for the Wildcats. Warriors will be shooting the 1-and-1 for the remainder of the game. 5 team fouls for the Warriors. But a little bit of foul trouble with Thomas and Varnado with 4 for the Wildcats and 4 fouls on Sean Brown. Josh Miller also with 3 and Derek Morris with 3 fouls. And then Smith Johnson literally was about to throw it to Kedrick Brown and threw it to the youngster sitting over there on the first row in the Wildcat student section. And Brown picks his dribble up. Timeout Warriors before they had a cheap turnover right there. Go ahead and take a timeout with them. Be back on the other side of the Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. Again, join us tomorrow night for the second night of a Livingston Parish doubleheader for the boys basketball team as they take on Live Oak over at the Battleground back home. And then on Friday night, double dip for you, doubleheader on Friday. Lady Warriors take on the Bruley Lady Panthers at 6 o'clock. And then the Warriors boys take on the Bruley Panthers as well as district play is going to get started. Lady Warriors took an impressive victory last week over Estruma in their opening of district. Warriors, the boys team, will open up district on Friday against the Panthers. Sean Brown with the take. Can't get it to go. Young up top to Thomas. And foul's going to be called on. I believe that's going to be on Bessinet. Yep, on Hayden Bessinet. His second foul. It's going to be Smith Johnson going to the line. He makes the first. Smith Johnson's first trip to the line this evening. Gets both. He now has 5. Bessinet got it knocked away. He had Cannon Edgecombe wide open over on the left side. Turned it over before he could pull the trigger on it. Young misses the layup. Morris speeding up the court. Dumps it off. Bessinet came down with it and lays it in. Hayden Bessinet. 51-50. Warriors retake the lead. Brown, Garden Brown, timeout. Wildcats. We back on the other side. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. Warriors up 1. Scoring for the Warriors. Morris, Brown, and Miller all with 10. Edgecombe with 14 over there for the Wildcats. Corey Thomas leading the way of all scorers with 20, and Young with 12. Number 3, Bordalis has 8. Kick out, Bordalis almost. And Derek Morris going to get fouled right there. There was absolutely no foul. That's his 4th. The Warriors now have 2 players with 4. So do the Wildcats, but Morris and Brown both with 4. Can not afford to have either one of those guys go out. Smith Johnson hits the first to tie it up at 51 apiece. And can't get the second. And a nice takedown by number 1, Thomas. No call. Absolutely no call right there. It'll be the Wildcat ball underneath. Lob, Thomas. Again, a lot of contact down there. No call on that. Morris lost it, but Brown picked it up. Timeout Warriors as Sean Brown got stuck in that corner. We'll take a timeout with him. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. Back on the other side. And we are back here to reset a few things for you. Tied at 51, 38 and a half seconds left to go. Warriors with only 1 timeout left. Wildcats have 2 timeouts left. Both teams are in the 1-and-1. 18 fouls for the Wildcats, 17 fouls for the Warriors. So any foul right here is going to send both teams to the line. It will be Warrior ball on the baseline towards the corner, so it's not a great spot to have to throw the ball in. It's kind of a tough, tight area to get the ball in. Let's see what Coach Hart drew up here on that timeout. Nope, they're going to give it to Brown in the normal position right there on the baseline out of bounds. That's kind of a lucky break there for the Warriors. Morris going to dribble all the way around up top as he's hounded by Smith Johnson. They're just going to try to keep the ball in Morris's hands, and the Wildcats are going to try to get the ball out of Morris's hands. Timeout Warriors. They're going to take their last timeout with 21.2 left. We'll take a brief timeout with them. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. Be back on the other side. All right, we are back. Warriors now out of timeouts. Again, both teams in the bonus. 21.2 seconds left, tied at 51. It'll be Warrior ball, sideline out of bounds. Warriors trying to get it to Morris, and they get it to him way in the backcourt. Smith Johnson out to guard him. He's not letting him move around where he wants to. Down to under 10 seconds. Morris with the step back, knocked it down! Derek Morris knocks down the step back jumper from the short corner. What a shot by Morris. Onions right there. Timeout Wildcats. Warriors up 53-51 with 2.2 seconds left. They went back and put about a second, about 1.3 seconds on the clock. It'll be Wildcat ball. They're gonna have to go the length of the court here. Warriors are gonna probably pick up in their full court pressure. Last thing you want to do is let a guy streak back down the floor. I have to believe the Wildcats are going to send at least one of their guys running towards the rim for the potential full court pass. Otherwise, they're going to be able to take a dribble and get a shot off. But I would not be surprised if the Wildcats take another timeout here as soon as they see what the Warriors are going to come out and do on defense. So just kind of hold on here. We'll probably have another timeout in just a second. But big time shot from Derek Morris. Warriors are not going to put anybody on the inbounder as the Wildcats are going to try to get something going up towards half court. Timeout. They got it to half court. Young got it just on the Wildcats side of half court, and they called a very, very quick timeout with 1.7 seconds left. It'll be out of bounds for the Wildcats. 30-second timeout. Warriors got to defend right here without fouling. Definitely don't want to foul a three-point shooter. So 1.7 seconds left. Neither team has a timeout. Warriors got to defend. This sideline out of bounds. It's going to be Brown throwing it in. I got to imagine they're going to be looking to Walter Young or Bordalis. Bordalis has been the main shooter for them. Young gets it, heaves it at the basket, short, and the Warriors win! Warriors win! Coming to the Wildcats gym and upset the number 3 ranked team in Division I Select. What a huge game for the Warriors. Final score here from Walker High School. Warriors 53, Wildcats 51. Again, join us tomorrow night as the Warriors take on another Livingston Parish foe in the Live Oak Eagles. And then on Friday, doubleheader, Lady Warriors and the boys basketball team taking on Bruley. But for now, for myself, Coach Craig Saylor, on behalf of the administration, faculty, staff of St. Michael High School, we want to wish you good night, God bless, and a big time go Warriors.